people were asking this question. Was it a pressure from these heads of states who visited the country? Because people was like, okay, these people put pressure on them to leave power. And the hypothesis was that they should leave and confirm the elections which had been held and from which we were waiting the results. So how can they be planning another elections where the country just came out of elections and people were even saying that election went well and they should have the results? Did the heads of states of the ECOWAS approve this during that meeting with the junta? Or is this their own initiative to put everything to zero and just restart another process? How are they organizing these elections with some of the opposition leaders who are still in jail, like Domingo Simões Pereira and some of his companions? One of the favori of the elections, Fernando Diaz, is still in the Nigerian embassy in Bissau. There are still many issues to address.
Indeed, Mr. Ndeki, like you've rightly stated, there are issues that need to be addressed by the military authorities, one of which will be making sure that this is quite inclusive and transparent enough. But then what are the stakes should they go ahead without really putting their house in order?
If they organize this election, does it mean that we will have the same scenario as Gabon, Guinea-Conakry, the neighboring Guinea-Conakry, with candidates from the putschists? Or will they organize elections and not be contesting? So those are all those things are to be clarified.
What do you say should be done by the authorities, military authorities now in Bissau, to ensure that the December 6th deadline is achieved and the country goes back to a constitutional order?
In this context now, and all these political tensions, if they go, knowing this country, if they go like this, just go and organize other elections, I am not sure that there will be a success. You might end up in worse than what we have now as a political situation in this country. It's good that they talk between them, seeing the positions that are radical now, some of them being jailed, and even those who have escaped the country and are now abroad. Some of the PSGC leaders are now among the diaspora. When you follow them or talk to them, you see that the positions are very radical at this point. How will they organize the elections and with these people? Or are they intending to again organize the elections without PSGC, the two major parties? I heard them talk about changing the constitution. All those things, you can't just do it as a junta. You come, use your arms as a military, take power, and just be changing the law, fundamental law of a country like that. Even though some of the changes they have announced have been what people are saying, are recommending to the country for long now. The political system itself needs some changes because there is a political system they adopted from the colonial power Portugal, which is not adapted to the realities of the country. So everybody agreed that the country needs those changes, but it can't be done without legitimacy. They need to hold a sincere dialogue, which can lead to elections and bring the country back to normal order.
Frederick Ndeki is a regional governance and security expert. In sport news, CAF has fined the Algerian Football Federation $100,000 and suspended two players following misconduct at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. These sanctions stem from violent scenes after Algeria's 2-0 quarter-final defeat to Nigeria on January 10, involving players, officials and supporters. CAF also cited security failures. Goalkeeper Lusa Zidane received a 2-match ban, while defender Rafik Belgali was suspended for 4 matches to be served during the 2027 AFCON qualifiers. Algeria has confirmed it will appeal. Meanwhile, African club football returns this Friday as the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup resume for the 2025-26 season. Match day 3 begins on January 23, marking the halfway stage of the group phase. Key fixtures include Al Ahly hosting Young Africans, Mamelodi Sundowns facing Al Hilal, and holders Pyramids FC taking on RS Berkane. The Nigeria Football Federation President Ibrahim Gusau says there are no plans to extend Super Eagles coach Eric Shell's contract. The Malian remains midway through a 2-year deal signed in January 2025 and is expected to lead upcoming friendly matches ahead of the 2027 AFCON qualifiers. And we've come to the end of this edition of Newslink on West Africa Democracy Radio, broadcasting from Dakar, Senegal. Thank you for listening. And many thanks to Ismaila Kamara and Maudoju for the technical support. Let's keep the conversation coming on all of our social media platforms, TikTok, X, Instagram, and Facebook at WADR English. Coming up next is our environment program, Enviroscope, at the bottom of the hour with Abdullahi Hassan. I am Imo Edet. Good afternoon.
And many thanks to you for listening to Newslink via Hot 104.3 FM, New Imi FM 94.0,
Hilltop Radio 104.7 FM,
and Veritas Radio 102.9 in Banjul, the Gambia. We also appreciate our listeners in Liberia via Alternative Youth Radio 98.9 FM, Lofa County.
Radio Kagama 94.5 FM, Niba County, DCN Radio 91.3 FM, Riverside County, Wakat FM Radio, Banga, Liberia, Radio Gulf FM 91.3 Sierra Leone in Nigeria, and Love 104.5 FM Abuja.
For you listening via Radio Pad 95.1 Damango, Savannah region, and on Royals FM 104.7 Wenchi, Ghana, we say a big thank you. Remember, West Africa Democracy Radio is all about you, your views, and your opinions.